Hi, welcome to Story Time with Gigi. Today we're going to be reading another story from our Disney Princess story collection. Our story today comes from Moana. It's called A Pig Named Pua. Moana and the ocean were friends. She loved playing with its waves and watching the sunlight sparkle on its surface. Although Moana's parents wished their daughter would focus more on her island, Grandma Tala shared Moana's love for the ocean, and she taught Moana everything she knew about it. One day, Moana and Tala were having fun on the shore when Moana's father, Chief Tu, walked by. He was carrying a litter of piglets. "I have to bring them to a farmer on the other side of the island," he explained. "Why don't you come with me?" Tui asked Moana, and she ran over to look in the basket. "And let's take a boat. It's faster." Moana nodded. "Bye, Grandma." "Enjoy yourself," said Grandma Tala, "and tell me all about it when you get back." Moana hurried to the boat with her father. To her, there was nothing better than being near the water. After helping push off, she climbed on board with the basket of piglets. "The smallest one isn't getting any food," she said. "There isn't too much you can do about that now, but you can come here and help me," Tua said, holding up an oar. "Steer us straight out." Tui guided Moana on how to handle the boat. Once they reached a deeper part of the lagoon, the boat tilted on a wave and Moana slipped on the wet deck. Tui caught her and helped her find her balance. The boat was beginning to pick up speed, gliding across the water as it hugged the curve of the island. "It looks like the ocean goes on forever," said Moana. "Yes," Tui said, "it's vast and dangerous." He turned to face his daughter. "That is why we don't ever go beyond the reef." "We have that rule so we don't get eaten by the giant half-bird, half-crabs," said Moana. Tui frowned slightly. "I think you mean it is so that we stay safe." Moana laughed. The squealing of the piglets drew Moana's attention. All of them were feeding, except for the tiny one. He was pressed into the side of the basket. "Dad," said Moana, "I need to help that piglet." "Let's pull the boat in first," Tui said. "Then you can worry about the pig." Tui jumped into the water. Moana joined him and helped drag the boat onto the sand. But she kept glancing back at the little piglet. Moana and Tui brought the basket to the farmer. The farmer put the pigs into a pen. The round, plump piglets scampered over to their mother quickly, crowding out the tiny one. "They're not even giving him a chance," said Moana. "Sometimes that happens with a big litter," said the farmer. When Tui and the farmer walked off, Moana leaned into the pen and whispered, "Maybe I can feed him." She gently lifted the tiny piglet out and held his soft body against hers. Moana acted swiftly. She rolled up a leaf and filled it with delicious coconut milk. As the milk touched his lips, the piglet let out a weak squeal. Then he began to drink. Moana fed the piglet until he was full and happy. "You are Pua," said Moana. "There, I have named you." In that moment, Moana and Pua each knew they had found a great friend. "Moana," Tui's voice called. Moana wrapped Pua in a leaf and headed toward her father. "I fed him," said Moana proudly, "and he ate." The farmer chuckled. "I think that means he's yours," he said. Tui gave Moana a stern look, but he didn't say she couldn't keep the pig. "His name is Pua," Moana announced as she climbed onto the boat. "Well, put Pua down and help us get home," said Tui. Moana did as she was told. Then she dipped the sail, leaning back just like Tui had shown her on the way there. Tui smiled. "Good." When they got home, Moana told her mother and Grandma Tala the whole story, from sailing the boat to feeding the piglet. From that night on, Pua slept beside Moana. Whenever he awoke with a squeal, she fed him and he became stronger. Tala nudged Tui. She listened to her heart. "And her father," Tui said. As Pua grew, so did their friendship. Pua loved to bring Moana gifts like little coconuts and seashells. But sometimes the seashells contained more than Pua expected. One of their favorite games was pretending to go fishing. Then they'd bring in their nets full of their imaginary catch to the village. At the end of each day, the friends watched the sunset, enjoying the way the light danced on the ocean and more. And more than anything else, being together. And that's our story. I hope you liked it. Make sure that you like and subscribe and share with your friends. Bye until next time.